Heartland fans, buckle up, because this week's episode didn't just stir up drama, it split the fandom right down the middle. What started as a quiet flight turned into chaos in the clouds, bad decisions, emotional confessions, and yes, even a bear lurking in the woods. If you thought Heartland was getting predictable, this episode proved otherwise. Let's unpack everything that went down. The episode opens exactly where things left off. Caleb and Nathan are in the air when Caleb's small plane starts sputtering. For a second, it feels like one of those classic, high-stakes Heartland emergencies from the early seasons. The engine cuts out, the radio's dead, and it looks like they're going down fast. But somehow, Caleb manages to land safely in an open field. For a moment, there's relief. Until you realize they're completely stranded, miles from anyone, and with no way to call for help. Back at Heartland, Amy's working with Dale's horses when news breaks about the missing plane. Dale promises to organize a search team, but another emergency delays everything. Amy and Ashley aren't having it. Without hesitation, they saddle up and ride out to find Caleb and Nathan themselves. Not the smartest idea, maybe, but honestly, who wouldn't do the same in their position? Meanwhile, things go from bad to worse for the guys. Caleb accidentally drains the radio battery overnight. Ashley's earlier decision to dump the extra water supply comes back to haunt them, and to top it all off, there's a bear roaming nearby. The tension should be sky high, but somehow the episode never quite captures the danger the situation deserves. Caleb wants to stay put and wait for help, but Nathan, being his stubborn self, insists on finding water. That decision backfires when he gets injured. Caleb goes after him, frustrated and losing patience. The argument that fans were waiting for finally happens, heated, personal, and full of emotion. But it doesn't quite hit as hard as expected. Nathan throws some cutting remarks about Amy, saying both he and Caleb are still living in Ty's shadow, that no one could ever truly replace him. Caleb tries to downplay it, insisting Amy's just a close friend. But let's be honest, what kind of friend tries to kiss you every chance they get? Eventually, Nathan's injury forces them to work together. The anger fades, teamwork takes over, and by the end, they've patched things up. At least somewhat. But the resolution feels rushed, and the emotional impact never fully lands. While all that's unfolding, Amy and Ashley's rescue mission hits its own snags. Their horses aren't syncing well until Amy suddenly realizes they need to ride side by side instead of one behind the other. Problem solved, just like that. It's a quick fix that feels a little too convenient, even for Heartland. Still, we get some strong character work from Ashley this week. She's been through a lot since we last saw her, raising kids, dealing with the aftermath of a second marriage that ended in betrayal, and now struggling with trust issues. The sad thing is, everyone assumes her pain comes from that failed marriage, when in reality, Caleb's secrets and mixed signals have hurt her too. He wasn't always honest about his feelings for Amy, and that lack of transparency lingers. Eventually, Amy and Ashley track down Caleb and Nathan, and the rescue wraps up neatly. Everyone's safe, everyone's smiling, and that familiar Heartland warmth returns. But the tension fades too quickly, and it all feels a little too tidy. The preview for next week, though, looks far more promising. Nathan will be spending more time at the ranch, and Amy's career is about to take a serious hit. She's brought in to treat an Olympian's horse, but when she can't solve the problem, the rider starts spreading rumors that she's lost her touch. Her reputation takes a blow, and it clearly affects her deeply. But Nathan steps up, defending her, supporting her, and even hinting that one day he'd like to marry her. Could this be the fresh start Amy deserves? We'll have to wait and see. Back at the ranch, things take a lighter turn. Jack hires a new ranch hand named Dex, and let's just say he's not exactly cowboy material. He can't ride, has no clue what he's doing, and immediately becomes the target of everyone's jokes. Lou and Lisa even bet he won't last a week. Then Dex disappears for a day, and everyone assumes he's quit. Turns out he had a doctor's appointment, the kind that changes your life. He finds out his old hockey injury is career-ending. Heartbroken, he goes drinking, and the next morning Jack finds him passed out in the stalls. At first, Jack's furious, but when he learns the truth, everything changes. For the first time, Jack sees Dex not as a lazy worker, but as a young man whose dream just fell apart. It's a surprisingly emotional moment, one that hits harder than any of the plane drama. Dex's story feels like Heartland quietly setting up the next generation. Katie's storyline mirrors that too. She's nervous about meeting her rodeo friends, but with Peter's encouragement and Lou's thoughtful gift of an instant camera, she finally finds her confidence. By the end of the night, she's relaxed, laughing, and wouldn't you know it, Dex shows up trying to ride a mechanical bull. It's awkward, funny, and unexpectedly sweet. Their paths cross again later when Katie finds him walking home along the road, drunk but determined to get back and help out. It's messy, but it's endearing, and you can clearly see where the show is heading. So maybe the plane drama wasn't the big comeback fans were hoping for, but Heartland is clearly planting seeds for a new chapter. Dex and Katie seem poised to become the next central duo, while Amy and Nathan's relationship heads towards something deeper and long-term. Ty can never truly be replaced, but Dex might just be the spark this show needs to keep its heart beating strong. If you're enjoying these weekly Heartland breakdowns, theories, and Season 19 updates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because the next few episodes look like they're about to get seriously emotional.